Oh God. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't care. Okay, hello. It is... Oh, that's gonna bother me. Hello again from Katherine, Northern Territory. So if you've been following, you know that I was in Katherine for a few days on my road trip, but now I'm back, but I'm back for a different reason. So I'm here in Katherine actually for a volunteer experience. I am doing a volunteer experience through Worldpackers here in Katherine for the week. Basically, in exchange for a few hours of work a day, I am getting free accommodation and meals, internet, etc. So I was picked up today from the Greyhound stop by my host Gay, and we are going to be doing a lot of projects this week around her property. She recently moved. She's kind of still in the transition period, but she moved from Pine Creek to Katherine. So anyway, I am here today. I arrived, so I'm not doing any work today. I'm just kind of getting the lay of the land. But tomorrow the volunteer experience starts. I'm not 100% sure what I can share because of course I want to respect her privacy, but I do kind of want to hopefully go out every day on this little walk and just give you kind of a rundown of the day. Sorry, I had a notification. Rundown of the day, what I learned, etc., what I did that day. So today is May 28th. I am here until the 5th of June, and then I leave to go to my next place. But yeah, that's just kind of why I'm here. If you don't know what Worldpackers is, I kind of explain what I'm doing, but basically it's a website that links you to various hosts all around the world, and you do volunteer experiences in exchange for accommodation, meals, and sometimes some other stuff. When she picked me up, we also stopped at like an art gallery, so we went and saw that for a few minutes. But yeah, so we'll see what I get up to this week. Hopefully not spending too much money, but I'm really excited because I just wanted something a little bit different out of my travels, and I wanted to give back a bit. So I found Worldpackers last year, and I found this opportunity here in Australia, and it's only for a week. You can do them for a couple of weeks, a month, or longer, just kind of depending, but I really just wanted to do 1 week just to give it a try and then see how I like it and see if it is something I want to continue on with in the future in other countries. So anyway, I'm gonna continue my walk. I'm actually just walking to just stretch my legs, B, to get familiar with the road, because I'm gonna be running along this road this week, and it's not paved, which I wouldn't expect it to be, but I just have to get used to it. So I just kind of know where the divots are and all that. But anyway, that's what I'm up to. I'm really excited to share this journey with you. And let's get to world packing and volunteering. So the first full day, I have a little doggy with me. The first full day of my Worldpackers experience is pretty much done. This morning I helped for about 4 or 5 hours with a few various projects around the property. So first I still have to finish this one, but I was like undigging rocks from one area and relocating them because they're going to be used for I think she said her son is going to use them for his boat dock. So they're like large rocks. So spent a couple hours moving those. I still have to finish that. Then I just helped quickly move a couple things like scrap out of the garden, and then after that I worked a bit with picking and starting to process some rosella for her to make tea and jam. So that's what I did today. Sorry, it's a little bit shaky, I'm walking. But we got done, did that, ate lunch, and then I was pretty much done by like 2:30ish. So I'm definitely tired. It was quite warm. That's a bad angle. There you go. Oh, now I'm on a walk with the dog. Dolly. Oh, you're pooping. Okay, I won't get that on video. But yeah, so that was the first day. Definitely a bit tired. It's definitely warm, but yeah, I mean, the one thing I have to get used to here, which has been pretty difficult, has been the frogs in the toilet. I'm not gonna lie. Dolly, come on. Not gonna lie, I have a bit of a phobia with frogs, which I feel like a lot of people, when I say that, they think that that's silly, but I just really don't like frogs and lizards. They kind of creep me out. So seeing frogs in the toilet is not great. And they're not like just like small frogs, they're like pretty big. They are cute, they're like the green frogs, but they're just, I don't know, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So that is a bit difficult. It's just kind of part of the territory here, but it is definitely something I'm trying to adjust to. But I won't lie, it has spiked my anxiety, but otherwise it's been good. I had the afternoon just to kind of do some freelance work, so that's what I've been kind of doing. I feel bad because I've kind of locked myself in the room, but I just really need to focus on that stuff. So anyway, but yeah, that's day one. I'll report back tomorrow with day two. Otherwise, I'm just gonna enjoy my walk with Dolly here and have a relaxing evening. So it is Thursday, second full day of Worldpackers, and today I worked on the rock project still. I'm still working on finishing it, but I did that for about 3 hours, and then we went into town to get some stuff. I got some snacks because I am starving. I don't know, I'm like nervous to say this, but like she does feed it's just me. She does feed me 3 square meals a day, but they're kind of small, and there's no snacks, and I don't know, I was just really hungry, so I'm glad that like I was able to go with her into town to go to Woolies to grab some food. And then honestly, there's also a Kmart, so I just grabbed another shirt and just to wear to work in. It was only a couple dollars. I don't need to keep it. Just like the one I'm wearing right now. This is like basic black tee, but so yeah, I got that, and then I also got another bralette just because I realized I needed that's the dog. I needed a third one. So anyway, and then we were supposed to work in the garden this evening, but she decided she didn't want to do that. So I'm just out here on a walk. It is a bit smoky because they're doing some controlled burns, but I won't lie, like, don't get me wrong, like, I do like my host, but I just been I can't put that in my hand there, can I? But I've been, hold on, okay, well, we'll see if that dog follows me. But anyway, so I like the host, she's fine. I think personalities, I think we're still trying to figure out each other. I think so I'm under a bit of stress, I'm not gonna lie. As I mentioned yesterday, the frog situation and well, not so much the lizards. I don't like lizards, but I honestly saw one today, and actually was really close to one with the rocks, and I was fine. But the frogs definitely freak me out. And I know people are laughing at that, but I went into the hallway yesterday just to go to the bathroom to take a shower, and there were frogs like right outside my room. And then there were frogs like when I sprinted back into my room after the shower. I could hear the frogs in the hallway like jumping, and I know it's just part of life here, and I'm sure if I lived here I would not care, but I don't know. I knew it was gonna be different here. I'm gonna turn around and go back. I knew it was gonna be different. I knew it was gonna be difficult, and I knew it was gonna challenge me, but it's definitely, I'm just saying this just to be honest, because yeah, I don't know, but some people might take this wrong way, but I am just very anxious. My anxiety is pretty high right now, and I know my cortisol levels are like jacked up as a result, which isn't good. But what was it like? Oh yeah, so when I'm when I'm super stressed out, my type A personality, I need to have things a little bit more planned out, less go with the flow. That tendency just kind of comes out a bit more. I think it's just a coping mechanism with stress and anxiety. So yeah, there was just like a little bit of confusion this morning about like how long I'd be working or whatever, because I was set to like work for 4 or 5 hours on that rock project because I kind of wanted to finish it. But then she was kind of saying, well, we'll divide it up into 2, which honestly I don't prefer. I prefer just to get everything done at once so I can shower and do my my freelance work the rest of the day. But it's just a week where I have to kind of be flexible, which is totally fine. But it's just, I think with me being so stressed out about the frog situation and just being more isolated, then I think I'm just like craving interaction with people my age, because I really haven't on this trip so far, and we're like in week 5, so I'm just kind of wanting to talk to people my own age. And yeah, I don't know, I just think it's kind of like a combination of things. But this is just the second full day of my experience, so I'm trying to stick it out. I don't want to end this early, but I also don't want to say that this was the perfect fit for me, because personally I don't think this experience was the perfect fit for me. I think it's a good experience, but I don't think it's the perfect fit for me, just based on just being a little bit more isolated, just the frog situation that I keep mentioning, just kind of the lack of like a more formal schedule has just been hard. So I am kind of ready to go to the next thing, but I still don't know. It's only Thursday and I don't leave until next Wednesday, so I still have a full week. So I'm trying to stick it out, because my options are either to go down to Alice Springs early, which I don't know if I necessarily want to do, because I don't know if I want to be in Alice Springs that long, or to go back up to Darwin, which is fine, but then that bus from Darwin all the way down to Alice Springs is 22 something hours. That's a long bus ride, so we will see. But anyway, that's a real honest update. It's still a good experience. I would still recommend this experience, but I think I will just report back tomorrow. But I think there's just things, when you're just around people in general, and especially when you're staying in someone's house, you just have to kind of, oh my god, this is going for 5 minutes. Well, I'll try to wrap this up, but there are certain things you have to, kind of I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess like I'm just trying to meet her where it's just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess, or I don't know, maybe tomorrow I'll explain this more. Maybe I'll have more clarity, but I really don't know what I'm trying to say. But I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to articulate it. So I will leave it for tomorrow. But anyway, day 2 is done. I'll let you know how day 3 goes. Tomorrow we're supposed to do something in the evening, which should be hopefully nice. But yeah, so anyway, that day 2 is done, and I will see you all tomorrow. On Friday evening, we went to, I think it was called Gorge View, but basically it was an area that had beautiful views of the Katherine Gorge. Of course, they were doing some controlled burns, so that's the fire, the smoke you're seeing. It's nothing to be alarmed about. But I believe the host, her friend, runs this place. So it's kind of like this outdoor retreat area. They do have like cabins and such and tents you can stay at, but they also have pizzas and like an outdoor dining area. So essentially that's what we did, and it was pretty nice, and I had a lovely evening. Then the next day we went and we started working on cleaning her son's shed. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I did a lot of sorting, a lot of sweeping, and made the place look a bit nicer. It was also really nice to be out of the sun for most of it. Then that evening, we headed into Katherine to go to what was called the Junk Festival. So it's an annual event where people in the community, they make various sculptures all out of recycled goods or any other goods that might end up in the trash. And you can actually purchase these various sculptures and artwork pieces. So it's pretty cool. They also had a stage that had some live music, and it was just a nice community event. And we were there for a few hours just hanging out. And then on Sunday, I did more work. Hello, happy Sunday. If I look like I'm squinting a lot, it's because I can't find my sunglasses at the moment. So, and it's very bright out here. So anyway, it is now Sunday, and I haven't come on here in a couple days just to talk about my thoughts and everything, because on Friday we went to like a little dinner thing. Well, that is a lot of birds. We went to some sort of dinner thing. It was overlooking the gorge. As like drinks and pizza. I didn't have anything to drink, but it was nice. And then yesterday night we went to, I think it's called like Junk Fest, but it was an event here in Katherine. So I really haven't had time just to walk down the street here and give you an update. So, yeah, where are we? So it is, like I said, Sunday. I have worked 5 days in a row on things, and I feel like I look puffy, but yeah, it is. Today wasn't as bad in terms of work, but I am very, very sore, very tired. I feel like I've run a half marathon just with how sore and tired I am. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting better at being, or more comfortable being here at the house, but tomorrow I think we're going to our other place. I might talk to her to see if I could stay here, if she's comfortable with me staying here by myself at the house to do some work while she spends the night at our other house. I don't know, we'll see. I feel like I look so puffy. I think I look so puffy because I'm tired, and when I'm tired I tend to get really puffy. But anyway, yeah, so we'll see. I'm probably gonna have to end up going out to our other house though, which has me a bit nervous because she's talking about how there's more frogs and toads there, and I'm like getting comfortable with this situation, the living situation here. So be. But I think overall, at the end of this video, I'm probably going to do something like once I'm removed from the situation for a few weeks at least, just to give like my final thoughts. But in the moment, I don't think this was the right experience for me. I don't think it's a bad experience by any means, but I don't think it was the right experience for me. I'm not above hard work and working, you know, in the yard or anything. I do that at my parents' house. But I think just the every day on a trip has been a lot. I'm very, very tired. I thought I was gonna, it says online I'm supposed to work 5 days, but I haven't, like, she hasn't really even given me any indication I have breaks, and I just feel uncomfortable asking. But yeah, I'm trying to see if she'll at least give me Wednesday off, because that's the day I leave, and I would prefer to not have to work that day. I'd rather just like sleep a little bit, because I think also just the early wake up calls are really hurting me. And I know I'm sounding like I'm complaining, I'm sorry, but anyway, yeah, so I don't think this is the right experience for me. I think I would have really preferred, and what I really wanted to do was to work at an animal sanctuary, which would have been a lot of grunt work too, but I really wanted to do that, but I just couldn't find the right opportunity. And the one I really wanted to go to was down in Tasmania, and I wasn't going to Tasmania on this trip. So yeah, so I think if I were to do another Worldpackers, I'd probably try to find a different type of experience. I don't regret this per se, but I think if I were to do this again, like if I had to redo this part of my trip again, I probably wouldn't be here. But that's just my honest in the moment thoughts. I'll give my final thoughts at the end of this video. But anyway, so yeah, so today is Sunday, so I have Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I leave, head down to Alice Springs, and I am very ready to do so. But anyway, just a little update as to what I've been up to these past few days. And yeah, I will catch you all later. Hello. Okay, it's a little bit later. You can see I found my sunglasses. Nothing nothing special, but they do help my very sensitive eyes. Had a little bit of more of a think. And again, like about this experience, and I'm not here like trying to like complain or anything, but what I think part of the problem is, and this is nothing, this is just, it's no one's fault. There's no fault here, but there's no other volunteer here. So I feel very isolated from people my own age. So, yeah, I mean, my host is great and she's, you know, nice to have conversation with, but we're different generations. We're, you know, she's a bit older than me, so we don't always see eye to eye on certain things. And I don't know. Oh god, I'm trying to block the sun. Yeah, a block of my head. I think with a lot of the problems, 'cause I was on the Worldpackers like social media and what they put out, and it's all about these amazing volunteer experiences. But I think what makes a lot of them amazing are because there's all other volunteers. So you're sharing this experience with other people around your age looking for similar things, and it's just me out here. So I think that's kind of part of it, just because don't get me wrong, it is nice to have like my own space, but at the same time, part of travel is also meeting people and sharing experiences with them. And I am, you know, meeting my host and sharing the experience with her, and she's showing me certain things about this area. But I don't know, I think with the road trip and this everything, I just really miss being around people around my own age. So anyway, I think that's kind of part of it. But yeah, so anyway, that's just something else I wanted to add to my rant from earlier. I'm going to continue my walk. I'm trying to get my steps in for the day. Been sitting in front of the computer for hours, so now I'm going to get the rest of my steps in. But anyway, that is it, and I will hopefully catch you all tomorrow.
I do explain this a little bit later, but I kind of want to explain. So on Monday, we headed out to her other property in Pine Creek, and I did some various raking. Basically, my host was doing some controlled fire breaks, some burns. So we were raking some of the dry grass and such away from the water line so the line wouldn't burn. That's essentially what we're doing. And then I ended up picking some limes and lemons and other produce on our property until in the evening we went to a local kind of hangout spot and just had a drink, and I played with this guy's dog and was playing fetch with him for a while, so that was pretty nice. And then on Tuesday here you can see me doing some more yard work and just picking kumquats, and then I kind of went through and leaf blew some other areas on her property just to make it look a little bit nicer for any guests or future people that might be coming to see her.
Hello, it is Tuesday. I am sitting out here kind of on the porch, veranda, I don't know what to call it, but my host went into town to drop something off at the post office, so I'm just sitting here relaxing. Just kind of got done with everything she needed me to do today, but today is kind of like my last full day. Tomorrow I asked if I could have the day off, so hopefully she said yes, so hopefully she remembers. But anyway, it has been kind of an up and down experience with this, but I think I've started to find a little bit of peace. But we're actually at her other property, which is about an hour from where she's moving to. So the whole thing is she was moving from this property to another property. So I was kind of helping her, but we came here yesterday because she needed to put in some fire breaks. So, controlled burns, so that burns, fires don't get out of control. So we came here to do that, and I just kind of did various tasks around here. Like I helped her rake some of the dry stuff away from her water pipe that runs along the property, and then I also gathered some lemons, and then today I picked some kumquats. I leaf blew a lot of things. I also did a little bit of raking. So we'll see if she has anything else for me. I've worked about 3 hours, so we'll see if she has anything more when she returns, or we're gonna head back to her other property. But anyway, I was actually really nervous to come out here because it's definitely a bit more bush living, but it actually wasn't too bad. I in some ways kind of preferred it here. But anyway, tomorrow I leave. Tomorrow I head to my next destination. So I think this is going to be it for kind of like the vloggy part. I think I will probably insert a clip after this with kind of my final thoughts, having been away from the situation for a few weeks, really had time to reflect. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad I did this experience. It definitely was very much outside my comfort zone. It wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but I am so glad that I did stick it out and I didn't leave. But I will have my full thoughts here in a moment. But anyway, yeah, so that is it for me in the current time, I guess, of the vlog. That doesn't make any sense, but this is it for me from the experience, I think, unless I have anything more to add. But yeah, so we did it. It was a interesting week, but we did it. So now we get to continue on with the adventure, and I'm really excited about the next thing that I'm going to do. So I will share that with you. But anyway, yeah, that is it. So I will catch you all later.
Hello, it is Editing Katie here from the future. It is actually September when I'm recording this, so a bit later than I thought, but I have been removed from this Worldpackers experience for a few months. Well, I do feel like I summarized my thoughts during the video, which was really long, so I'll try to keep this as short as possible. There were just a few more things I kind of just wanted to wrap up, especially being a few months out. And editing this video just brought up a lot of those emotions again. So let's just dive into it. So Worldpackers was quite the experience. And there were a few things that, like, off the bat, I will say I did not have the experience I wanted. I thought this was going to be a little bit different, and it just wasn't the experience that I thought I had signed up for. When I initially, reserved isn't the right word, but when I initially kind of reserved or got this this experience, I was told that there would be another volunteer. Our days would overlap, so we wouldn't have the entire time together, but I would be with another volunteer. And I understand plans change over time, but I didn't have that volunteer. So it was just me. And when I was initially actually picked up, she thought she was picking up someone completely different, like a blonde-haired girl. I'm definitely not blonde. I'm very, very brunette. So that was just a little bit, like, unnerving. Like, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just kind of like things that built up on each other. Then during the entire experience, not having someone, I felt really isolated, and she kept talking about the other volunteer before me, who was amazing, and I'm sure she's an incredible girl, incredible woman, but she kept talking about her, and it just really made me feel bad, because, like, I couldn't measure up to that incredible volunteer she had. And I really, 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 really did try, and ultimately I fell short, because in her review, she just really didn't give me much feedback. She gave me 4 stars. Admittedly, I gave her 4 stars too, but I'll put the reviews here. In her private review to me, she basically said, well, I gave you 4 stars because you didn't sweep the room before you left, which I didn't really have time to do that. I did really tidy up the room, which wasn't that, I actually tidied it up more than what it was presented to me, the shape that it was presented to me in, but whatever. My point is, like, our personalities just didn't mesh well. We never fought, but there's definitely that disconnect, that you really see within, or between different generations. So there was that. Also, I never really had a break when I signed up for this opportunity, and a lot of Worldpackers opportunities say how many days a week you'd be working, how many hours, and how many days off you get. So it said 5 hours, or it said 4 to 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, 2 days off. So I thought, okay, I was going to have 2 days off. I wasn't expecting consecutive, but just like 2 complete days off where I could sleep, I can catch up on personal stuff, etc. I could explore the area, but I worked every single day. And I didn't put this in the video at the end because I didn't vlog really my last day, but I had to work every single day, including the day I left. And while some days were the full 5 hours, others were a little bit less. It was still a lot. And I do wish that even just having 1 day off really would have helped, because I was exhausted and tired, and I ended up hurting my back pretty bad. Something that I'm still dealing with now. I've had back issues since I was 19, but it definitely hurt myself pretty bad, with that rock project. But, so yeah, so just not having any days off was really, really tough. And also, you know, the frog issue, I talked about that enough. I don't need to talk about that more. That was definitely something I just was not, expecting. But overall, if I had to go back, I would not have done this experience. It was not the right fit for me. I think I would have just gone from Darwin straight down to Alice, and then done my Alice stuff, and then go down to Adelaide, and then try to find an experience along the East Coast, an animal sanctuary, a hostel, something like that. But I can't really take it back. But if I would definitely never do this experience again. Would I do another Worldpackers in the future? Maybe. Their social media makes this seem a lot more glamorous than it is. It's a volunteer experience, and it's not meant to be glamorous. And, you know, the main important thing is that you are giving back to the community, and to your hosts. So that is the thing to remember, and something, you know, I tried to remember with this, with my experience. But, you know, I feel like the social media stuff on Worldpackers, which kind of drew me in, is that it was really glitz and glam and all of this. And it's really, some experiences are like that. And of course, the brand's only going to showcase the best. But a lot of experiences are going to be like mine. And I've read since then, I've talked to a few people since then, that their experiences were awful. Much worse than mine. So, just
I think if I were to do it in the future, to have a lot more communication with the host pre committing myself to the experience, making sure that there are other volunteers there, so I'm not alone. And, just picking something that's a little bit more aligned with what I want, whether it's working animal sanctuary, working in a hostel, like with social media, doing something like that. I just think it's going to be more my wheelhouse. This was definitely out of my wheelhouse. I'm glad I stuck it out, but I would never do it again. I wouldn't do an experience like this again. But yeah, so that's my honest thoughts on Worldpackers. If I had to give everything an overall rating, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. But I am willing to try again to see if that rating could go up. But anyway, just wanted to get my honest thoughts. I know some people are going to disagree with me and some people are going to agree with me, but that's that. This is my life. This is my channel, so I can kind of decide what I share. But anyway, I do hope that this video helped or was interesting or whatever. It's very long and I apologize for that. But thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more solo travel content. I am actually in real time, like I said, it's September. I'm about to head on a new trip next week. So I'll definitely still have a lot of Australia to share, which I will continue sharing over the next month or so. And then we'll dive directly into my next series. With what I'll be doing very shortly. So I'm excited to share that and have you come along. So definitely subscribe to make sure that you do not miss that. You can also follow my travels in real time by following my social media channels here on the screen. And with that being said, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much again for watching. And as always, remember to wander far and wander often. Bye.